Hello. Today we're going to see HTML file and the applet tag. To run an applet from browser, you need to create HTML file with applet tag. You have to create an HTML with this applet tag. With this applet tag. HTML is a markup language that presents static document on the web. It uses tags to instruct the web browser how to render a web page, and contains a tag called applet that incorporates applet into a web page. To create an HTML file that can load applet, JApplet, using applet tag, you will need to follow basic HTML structure, which is a fundamental for web applications. So what are the basic syntax for the applet tag in HTML? The basic structure of HTML5 with applet tag is used to load JApplet. So this structure is every HTML starts from document type with an HTML markup language. Then we are opening here the HTML. The HTML is opened here. Then it is going to be correspondingly closed here. So that one what we are going to use here. In this that way, head part is going to be included. The head part is included here. Head. In the head again we have a type. Head, title, applet title. In the body, so HTML structure has three parts. Head, the head part, the title part within the head, and the body part. The overall part is enclosed within the HTML markup language. So here we use, so in HTML, the information that can be written within this sign is called tag. They are called tag. For that sake, if you are using these symbols with the corresponding information, the attributes in the middle, they are tags. Example, when you are going to write here, this is a head, this is an opening tag. Correspondingly, what we are going to write here, this is a head, which becomes closing tag. So this head, the head is what we call in HTML, they are attributes. They are the attribute name. They are names that indicate to be headwise. So this such kind of case, everything that we have written within the less than and the greater than part are a tag. Their corresponding part that is going to be closed within this slash is a closing tag. If in case a tag is closed automatically within itself, this is an empty tag. They are an empty tag in HTML. They are called an empty tag. So when you come to the body is open here and closed here. So this part, this is opening tag, this is a closing tag. Then H2, the heading 2, JApplet heading 2, this is opened here, it is closed here. When you come to directly to the applets code, in the code within the quotation we are passing the compiled applet class. JApplet name dot class, the compiled one. With hey, these are the mandatory attributes to be included within the applets. The optional parameters that can go here within the applets are parameter name, their values, and you can display your message here. For all this information can be included within the applet. Here is the applet. So the applet is opened within the applet. This is an opening applet. this is a closed applet. Such kind of case is used for writing an HTML file using a tag. The second option is without starting from the beginning of HTML structure, directly you can use applet. Directly you can use an applet here. You can use applet here. Then applet is going to be closed here. Going to be closed here. These are the parameters to be included within the applets. The parameters within the applet is this one. Applet code base, the applet URL, code, the class file name, dot class, the compiled file, width, height, archive. These codes that are included within the curly with a strong includable closing, they are optionals, like this one. This is an optional, this is an optional, this is an optional. Archive, vertical space, horizontal space, alignment, alternative. These are the optional part, but code, width, and height are the mandatory to be included within the applets. They are mandatory to be included within our applets. Again, we come here, parameter 1, parameter 2, value. These are the parameters that you can use for including HTML into your applet, So write a JApplet program using HTML that display grace message on the web browser. Using Java program we already written. Now here we are going to write using HTML file. We are going to write using HTML file. To write an HTML file, again when we come to the NetBeans, we have to create a package for JApplet HTML. In NetBeans, if you place the HTML file and the Java file in one package, the program becomes another. For that sake, what we will do, we create another package for the corresponding HTML. Chapter 3, JApplet HTML. We have to create a separate HTML file within the same project but in different package. Remember, if you place the HTML file of applet within the applet of Java in the same package within one project, an error will happen. For that sake, we have to place in different package. Even if we are compiling them, since they are in the same project, they can read each other. So we can make it finish. Here it is. Then here what we will do, we are going to create an HTML file. I'll click here, then go to new, then find HTML file. In case if this HTML file is not found, just go to other. Then again you have to go to other. Again, if you find HTML here in this part, it's okay. But if you didn't find HTML, go to other. Here is other. Then find HTML here. Now make it next. Here what we are going to write. Again, remember the class name for HTML file and the class name for the Java applet. JApplet file should be this. So what we will do, display label. Their class name should be just the HTML file name and the JApplet's class name should be the same. Now here it is. We make it finish. Now here it is. Now you find. So in HTML, if you placed a comment, the comment is going to place in this way. The comment in HTML is going to be replaced with less than, exclamatory mark, hyphen, and you write some information, then you are going to close hyphen greater. This is a comment information in HTML. So we remove this one again. Here what we will do? JApplet title. JApplet title. Then here what we will do? We didn't need, let me say it, H2. Let me say it H2. I have to close here H2. So here what will say? I'm directly using the title for my JApplet. JApplet's message. JApplet message. So here what I'm going to write? I'm going to display a great message. I'm going to write a great message. To write a great message, what I'm going to use? I'm just going to use Applet. Then what? Code. This is equals to the code file. The code is a compiled, previously compiled. The compiled part of the Java code here. What I'm going to use? I'm just going to use this one, display label dot class. Then what about width? What about width, which equals to, suppose let me say it, this one is 350. Then height which is equals to 200. Then I'm to close. Here the applet closed. What is the message to be displayed? Grades. This is a mandatory part. The rest one is a mandatory. Now here we have created this part and just make it format. Now here the applet is open here, this is closed. So this is a way you are going to write, the way you are going to write an HTML5 for the corresponding Java applet for the corresponding. This is a great message to be displayed again by using the compiled part of this case. So to run an HTML file for JApplet, what will we do? We have to make right click, then view. Right click and view. Here it is, our HTML file. Right click, then view. It is going to be displayed on the web browser. Here it is. So we need only this message. We are requested only to display this message. Have you seen it? Great message. This is a expected program that we are going to do. For now, let me remove this one, the heading, because it is not our requested case. Just we are making it great message. Here it is. So this is a JApplet title that we have written here. This is a title that is shown on the web browser. This is a path. Have you seen the path? It is going to display label HTML file. This is my package. This is my package. Such kind of case, you are going to display a JApplet on the web browser. JApplet on the web browser. This is the way that you are going to write. This is the way that you are going to. So to run an HTML file, and the applet tag, there are two ways to run HTML file with applet tag. The first one is the one that we did as of now. The first one is viewing applet from web browser. Now the one that we did right now. So to do it, what we will do? Step 1, create your applet, Java applet code. Write the basic JApplet and save it in file name.java. What's our file name? Displaylab.java. Compile the JApplet. The JApplet code and its compiled file should be in the same directory. Till now we did from the NetBeans. So the NetBeans automatically compile and place within the same directory. That directory is our project. What is our project here? They are in the same directory. Here is our project. They are placed within the same directory. Remember, they are within the same directory. So here, open the command line. Here, navigate to the directory where file name. This is another option. The previous one we did from the NetBeans, now from the command line. file name.java is saved and compile this by using Java. So what we will do, create an HTML file to load the JApplet, save HTML content in the file name name.html in the same directory as file name.class. Open HTML file in the legacy browser, any browser you like. Configure the Java security if you need it. If you not need it, you can leave it. So at that time, what we will do? Therefore, to display the applet from web browser, open the applet's HTML file. Display.live.html. Syntax by web browser, we are going to use file triple / directory file name, then file name. If you are using a web server, any servers you like, we are going to. So at that time, we are going to find the output which looks like this. From NetBeans, we already find this one. So let me do it. So let me do this one. So what we will do here? First, you have to take this one, the JApplet, the Java code, without including the package. We'll copy this part here. We'll copy this part except the package. So we'll come to our directory. We'll open our directory. Go to C. Then you create any file inside this part. Just let you create JApplet. In the C, create any folder. Suppose let me say JApplet. Here it is. I'm open JApplet. In this part, in the JApplet, I'm going to create. Just go to new, then text document here. Text document, I'm just writing display line. Then remove this part, text one dot Java, by removing the text one. Then indent. If you change a file name extension, the file name become usable. Are you wanted to change now? Because I changed it to Java, I make it yes. Here it is, to change it to Java file. Now right click here, then edit with notepad. Just come, just here it is. I'm going to do paste. Here is my code. The same way I'll do for the HTML part. For HTML part, copy as this. So, Control A, then copy. Then come to my notepad, open new. Then here paste. Then save it. Save in my directory. C. What is my folder I created? JApplet here. Then here what I'm going to write? Display label.html. Save as type, just make it all files. I'm just making this one, display label.html. Then save as type all files. Make it save. Now it is saved with HTML. Now let me check that folder. Let me check this folder. Here it is. This is with the browser with the Java. This is a Java file. This is a browser file. This is a web file. So what I will do to compile and run from the command line here in the path. Here from this path. Have you seen this case? On this path, what we will do? On this path, just click here. You have to click here. What you will do? You have to click here. Just click here. Then write command line CMD without erasing. Remember this. I'm just clicking here. The folder path is now selected. I'm just simply writing CMD. Just make it enter. Have you seen? It directly taken to that path. This is directly taken to my folder path. C, here is C, then JApplet, my JApplet. So what I'll do? It says that you have to compile it. As it, you have to compile it. Where is to compile that file? Here is the point, step number. step number 2. So what we'll do in my folder, just here, to see that whether the dot class file generated on Java, see Java compiler, then display label.java. Display label.java. Just make it in there. Now it is generated. The dot class file is now generated. The class. So what is the next part? To execute the HTML file, what we are going to use, you have to use applet viewer. You have to use the applet viewer. From command line, this is the way that you are going to do. So to execute, what we are going to undertake, we have to use applet viewer. Here it is. Step number 2. Applet using applet viewer utilities. Write Java code, file name in the same way. Then finally what you will do? Open the command, compile Java code, navigate directly where file name exists. So what you will do? After you compile it, finally you have to use. By using the applet viewer, you are going to execute the files. So which one? This applet viewer. It is a command. It is a Java command that's going to execute an HTML in step number 4 for the second part of viewing HTML. Step number 1, write Java code, create HTML file, 3, open command line, compile that one. This will produce file name class file in the same directory which is necessary for applet to run. Then run HTML file using applet viewer with the dot class file generated. You can now use applet viewer command to load and view HTML file containing the applet viewer file name.html. The applet viewer will open new window displaying your my applet content as specified here. At that time you are going to use. So Java C display label.java, then applet viewer display label.html. So at that time you are going to find this message. You are going to find this message. The same way I'm going to do it. This is the way I'm going to do. Here what I will do, applet viewer, then display label.html. Now here, what happened here? The output is already generated. The output is here generated. Here is the output. Have you seen it? Now here, the create message is going to display it. This is all about how you are going to use HTML file within the JApplet and execute the Java code. If you like the video, like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.